Hey everybody, Mark Johnson here, founder and creative director of Able Abe Studios, back again with another Here's to Your Weekend, episode number 26. So yes, I hope everyone has had a positive and productive week. It is a weekend so that you can, get a little rest and a little relaxation. As for myself, I usually use my Saturdays, at least the first part of my Saturdays, just to kind of get some things, loose ends tied up. Sunday's usually the day where I really don't do too much, unless I'm just kind of just planning for the week, or actually I do edit videos on Sunday. But yeah, it is the weekend, and I did get some progress this week. From the start of the week, I had mentioned that I was definitely going to complete the first draft of my third book, and that did happen. There's a few days that kind of slipped away, but I was nearing the end. I had like 2 chapters to write, and I was able to do that. And there's accomplishment that came along with that. That felt good. I know there's still a long ways to go, because now I'm gonna go back and type it out and, in a sense, rewrite it, and then even go after that, rewrite it again, and then actually start getting people to read and give me some feedback on it. But there's definitely some accomplishment in it. It actually was done, or done faster than I thought it would be. I kind of gave myself a certain amount of time to complete it, and I was able to complete it faster than that, so that was good. Outside of that, I did work on illustrations this week for the children's book that I wrote and will illustrate. So I'm nearing that, but it's still ways away. I'm not even halfway yet of getting all the illustrations done, but I'm nearing that, and so we'll see if it gets completed by the end of the year, but that is my goal. So I'm definitely working towards that. And then I also did something which is more or less preparing for the new year, which is just kind of get my mind in a place where I'm actually being more focused and really going after the things that I want to be able to create in my life. And so many times people make goals, but they never ever really achieve them because whatever else gets involved. And so what I did is I had recently did some review in a book that I had read not too long ago, and the book was Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. I believe that I had first heard about this book through Amy Schmidauer, and her channel is I think it's Savvy Sexy Social, or Social. I think it's Savvy Sexually Social, and so she's like a online marketer. She does business outside of what she does on YouTube, and she's been to seminars, or spoke at some seminars and just kind of stuff. I learned a lot through her channel, just kind of watching her videos and what she talks about, and so she's been a real help. And that's where I first heard about this book, and I also had read it and did a video post, which you can find on my YouTube channel, and so I just kind of really got back into it because I remember there was a portion where he was talking about goal setting, and how he does it, and how he also uses the network that he's been able to create and kind of keep in touch with them. So those are the 2 things that I felt that I needed to kind of freshen up on, and kind of build my own goal setting journey. And so I went back through, and he talks about how he sets goals in 3-year increments, 1 year, and then on top of that, every 3 months. So, talks about the goals he wants to be able to accomplish in that time. And so I kind of just started putting mine together, and so I got a year in. I know what I kind of want to be doing, a year out, and so that was cool. It was definitely interesting to kind of do that for myself, and kind of really think about what it is I want to be able to accomplish in the next few years. And I think another thing, it helps me just know, what I want to be able to do, rather than just kind of like be able to, or put myself in a situation where just anything, that fits my fancy, something I'll take in. So I want to be a little more focused going into this next year, 2017. So it was good to kind of get back into this book and kind of start that process and take the notes on it. And so that was another thing I did this week. I think that was an enjoyable part, as much as having gain the accomplishment of, finish the writing. I think another thing that happened this week was just kind of just dealing with interpersonal relationships and kind of, feeling like I was, in a sense, stuck in the middle between two people, two co-workers, and, just kind of feeling like you're in the middle, stuck in the middle, and, not wanting to choose sides, trying to be as biased as possible, but understand that, there's certain things that each person, I won't say provides, but provides in the relationship that I have with them. That's interesting to me. That's enjoyable to me, and I don't want to necessarily have to pick or choose. So I dealt with something like that this week, and just kind of made me think about how important trust is. So that was kind of my week in a nutshell. I think those are the major points. So yeah, definitely if you can, basically, let's just put it this way. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing with the channel, definitely subscribe. And the question I want to ask is, basically, let me know how you feel about interpersonal relationships dynamics when, you feel like you're stuck in the middle. You don't want to necessarily choose sides, but maybe sometimes you're forced to be that person to have to choose sides and try to, navigate that very, very, very finely, if you will. And yeah, definitely leave that in the comment box below. I want to even say a quote. There's a quote by Tim Ferriss that he says that it is your success will be basically determined by the amount of difficult conversations you can have, and kind of talking with both of these people and trying to navigate that fine line was definitely a tough conversation. So yeah, definitely let me know what you feel about interpersonal relationship dynamics and kind of dealing with that feeling of being stuck in the middle between two people and feeling you have to choose a side or not. And yeah, like we always do at this time, have a blessed day. See you on the flip side. Let's go.